Now let's see the importance of version control systems. For this, assume that you have an assignment to complete, and generally the deadline is, you will start the assignment whenever the deadline is, right? If the deadline is 7 days from now, maybe you are starting the assignment today, and first you have developed a initial model, which means you have written few lines of code and it is working perfectly, and using this assignment, let's say you will be able to get 80% marks, and later you try to do some modifications to it in order to get the 100 marks, and suddenly the existing code which was earlier working is now not working at all, right? And right now you are at 2 days away from the due date, or let us say due date is tomorrow and you have to submit it right away. Then how can you get that initial code which was actually fetching you 80% marks? So 80% of the program was working, it was able to get you 80% marks, but you tried for those 20% and then you have spoiled everything. Now there is a chance that you might not get anything at all. So at this, in such situations, what is the best thing to do is have the initial copy which was fetching you 80% marks separately, and then create one more clone of it. Clone means take that exact one and then you try to modify on it, so that even if the next copy fails, the original copy was still there, right? Now if you have to maintain various copies of the software like that, then we need something called as version control. So version control makes this bookkeeping thing easy. So how many versions can you maintain? See, one version 80% of the marks, that version is working, and then let us say 85% is working, and then 90% is working. So you want to maintain all of them. Now maintaining all this will be a headache if the number of files increase and the project size increases, and also if number of people working on it increases. So this is a main problem in the industry, in the software industry. There will be hundreds of people contributing to the same piece of code, and if something wrong happens, let us say someone has added few lines to the code and everything has stopped working, then you will not be able to debug that, which means you will not be able to remove the changes done by that user unless you know what are the changes he did. If someone can record all the changes done periodically, then it will be easy for us to maintain and then reuse, right? So for that reason, we have got the version control system. Now what does version control system mainly do is, it records the changes to a file or a set of files over time. So whenever you try to modify a file, then you can periodically try to record what are the changes you did to the old file in order to get the new file. Now there is a old file, then there are changes, and there is a new file. Now if you have all these things in place, then you can directly get the old file by removing the changes, right? Therefore our version control system will simply record the changes to a file or to a set of files over time. We shall see how it is being done in Git. Okay.